you don't want to be off the field. So I think you know, we don't really like expect to hear anything from the coach. We just want to know, you know, the truth. We want to be told directly, and I think that Wilfred is, you know, our coach is very good at that, being very direct and being very personal and making sure that, you know, he knows about your family matters, but also he knows how you feel as a person and also as a soccer player. So, you know, what we want to hear is the truth. I don't want to hear something that, you know, some run around while I'm not playing. He's telling me the truth, and he told me why I didn't play that game or why I'm playing this game, and you know, I think that's the most that we can ask for. So, you know, we're very humbled and, you know, happy with the situation that we are in, that we're doing pretty well in the start of the season, but also we know that there's pressure. We know that there's pressure on us and pressure on the team and pressure on the coach to make the right decision and who should be playing, who should not be playing, who's informed, who's not informed. So it's a long season, and obviously playing 3 games in a week, you know, we're just putting ourselves in the position to be able to play all 3 games, whether that's me, whether that's Romel, whether that's, you know, whoever's on the field. Nobody wants to not play.
Dave Levesque.
Hi, Bjorn. Tomorrow night, you guys will be playing visitor on your home field. They will have fans. Will it be sort of strange for you guys playing that game, being the visitor in your home field?
We will never call Miami our home field. I'll tell you that. We are really, you know, as a whole, as a club, as a player, I would rather be playing in Montreal right now and have home field advantage with, you know, 20,000 people and the city rumbling because we're doing so well with the season so far. You know, I think it's not weird because it's like an away game every week, and I think that we're doing so well playing away games at the moment, you know, at home in Miami, so or in Fort Lauderdale. So yeah, to your question is, home is Montreal. Here we're just here for the moment, and you know, if it lasts to the end of the season, that's how it is, and we'll just here. Hopefully, we'll get the results that we need to be able to play the playoffs in Montreal. We never know.
Bjorn, you talked about wanting to play every game, of course. You touched also on the fact that Mason scored 2 goals in his first 2 games. Wondering when you get your first start and you come in to fill the shoes of a guy who scored twice already in this beginning of the season, is it something that gets into your mind a little bit in terms, first of all, of wanting to earn your minutes, but also in terms of continuing to build on what Mason started for the good of the team, you know?
You know, for me, I know that, you know, he's new from last year and I'm new this year, and it's like that's how it is in football. But not really. I'm not really worried about what other people do. I'm worried about myself. I think that right now we are all very, you know, happy to whoever scores right now because we were doing well in the first game against Toronto. It was very important. And whether that's Mason scoring or me or Romel, it's not really the big deal. It's more about, you know, I'm not, from my perspective, like I'm not trying to show or, you know, climb up the ladder anymore of trying to be, you know, in Real Madrid. So I know that, you know, my quality in playing football and, you know, whether that's assists or goals, I'm not putting my pressure because someone else is scoring. It's not about that. The pressure is put on myself, by myself, for myself, and, you know, more from my wife than from Mason scoring or something like that, you know. So I'm just, you know, happy and humbled to be able to play. And, you know, in this situation with COVID and stuff like that, it doesn't matter who's scoring. It's just the matter about the win, and, you know, hopefully that the team is doing better and that we're getting the playoffs in the season.
Gavino, DeFalco.
Thank you, Pat. Bjorn, already it's a 6-point game tomorrow night. You look at the standings, and it's going to be very important. You look at Miami, they got a lot of qualities, Pizarro, Higuain brothers, Lewis Morgan on the right side. What kind of game are you expecting tomorrow? Because there's gonna have some fans in the stands, the extra boost and everything. So what kind of game are you expecting tomorrow?
You know, when people talk about big names and all this stuff, it's funny because, you know, everyone writes Montreal off at the start of the season. Everyone's telling us that we're not going to do anything. We're last place. And then, 2 weeks into the season, we're top of the league. So, yeah, I think, you know, when you say big names, doesn't matter. On a football pitch, it doesn't matter. you know, I've played against Spain as well. I know it doesn't matter as long as you get a result. But I think the situation right now, playing in Miami, playing at their home field, they're having fans. It's a boost for us. I mean, it's preparing us for the Atlanta game as well. You know, having a lot of fans in games again is what we want. And we got to get used to it again because we've been playing without fans for a long time. So it's exciting. Obviously, you're up for it when you play against big players, but you got to just remember that everyone's human and names are just names. You know, when you play on the field, it doesn't matter who's playing.
Oh, Vince now.
Thanks, Patrick. Hi, Bjorn. Bjorn, having dropped a few points recently, and you touched on the Atlanta game, so a really difficult game at the weekend in Atlanta coming up on Saturday, of course. Does this make it more important to get a result tomorrow night?
Yeah, I think, you know, when we went into the week, we were, you know, hoping that we would start off the week. It was very important when we had our meeting, you know, starting off the week with a win, expecting ourselves to win every game. You know, that's the philosophy we have as a team and as the coaching staff. We want to win every game. So, you know, after not getting the result when we go to Salt Lake, now we're coming back. We're here. We're in a comfort zone. We expect ourselves to come, you know, with a result, whether that's a tie or a win. I think that we're hoping for points. Any point is important, and obviously when you have the 3-game week, you know, you don't want to look too forward, but you do. So you know that, you know, right now it's very important to get that, you know, 3 points or 1 point to be able to come out of the week with, you know, maybe 4 at the end.
Is there another one for Bjorn? I think that's it. One last, Nicolas.
Yeah, Bjorn, I'll go with one last one. Wilfred said yesterday, I think, that he was disappointed with the start of the game against Vancouver, maybe the 25, 31st minutes. So what do you think you guys can do tomorrow to make sure you get a better start to that game?
Yeah, I think we were sluggish. There's no excuses, whether that's traveling or, you know, so far away, time difference or whatever. There are no excuses in life, but, you know, I think now we're back. We're technically not home, but back home, and, you know, we're being in a comfort zone again. We're training at the field. We're here. It's not that far away. We should be coming out of the gates, you know, blazing. So hopefully that's what happens. And we don't want to burn out at the end of the game. But, you know, now we know that there's no factor of us playing at 3 p.m. anymore. It's at 7:30, and, you know, we can last the whole game. There's no problems with the heat. So I expect our team to come, you know, ready to roll, ready to play.
Thank you, Bjorn. Thank you.
You have a good one, guys.
You too. Voilà. Kamal Miller sera ici dans 1 minute. Good afternoon, Kamal.
Good afternoon.
Thanks for doing this. First question is from Herb Zukowski.
Merci, Pat. Hey, Kamal, thanks for your time. Hope you're having a good day. When you had a chance to look back on the game the other night, the other afternoon, What were your thoughts about the penalty assessed to you and just the marking in general on the second Vancouver goal, please?
On the first goal, the penalty, right before I went across to cover for that runner running in behind the back line, I looked over my shoulder and I saw that there would be a free guy in the box. So I tried to just make a play for the team before he got the ability to cross and have a 1v1 with Clem. A bit frustrated at myself looking back on it. I know I can do much better in that situation, and in 1v1 situations the whole year I've been pretty good. So the fact that I just let them get out easy and took the easy way out by diving in and letting them get a free shot with the PK is frustrating. And with the second goal, again, it was frustrated with that again because the runner ran right through and I was in the back zone and focused on what was going on, if anything was going to be going on behind me, instead of focusing on what was in front of me. And when it went right over the first guy, when Rudy and whoever their player was challenged, it was just a free header. I didn't anticipate the ball going there. So overall, frustrating day for me. Too little mistakes or errors or mental lapses when I feel like we were the better team. Just giving them those easy way outs is not the way we want to defend this year.
Andy Raphael.
Thanks, Pate. Kamal. Kamal, okay, bad day at the office last game, and it happens, no problem at all. How do you bounce back now, collectively and of course individually?
I bounce back by just believing in myself. I know what I can do. I know if I get in that situation again, exactly what I'm gonna do, and yeah, just overall learning from it, not beating myself up about it too much. It's still very early in the season, and although I know we need those points, and if we were better at the back on the day, we definitely could have gotten all 3 points. So yeah, just bounce back by believing in what I do, knowing that I've done it for the year, and I'm just gonna try to continue doing what I do at a high level without those little errors. So yeah.
Vince.
Thanks, Patrick. Hi, Kamal. Circumstances are a little bit strange around tomorrow evening's game, with them being the kind of resident club and you being almost a tenant, if you like. In a peculiar sort of way, is there possibly a disadvantage to Inter Miami in their own home game, given that you guys are now quite familiar with their surroundings as well?
Most definitely. I would say the pressure is on them for sure. They're the ones who are gonna want to come out and dictate the game and set the pace of the game and be on the front foot. So that gives an extra little pressure on them, but that's exactly what we try to do every game. So we're not looking at it as if they have an advantage or a disadvantage. We're just looking at it as another game where we're gonna go and try to put our style on another team and definitely try to come away with 3 points.
Olivier Tremblay.
Hi, Kamal. Just wondering, as a defender who can play multiple positions, I'm just curious about how you thought guys like Baya and Mathieu Choinière did sliding in on that right side when it's not necessarily their natural position, let's say. How do you think they accounted for themselves sliding in there for Zach, who was injured?
They're both doing really good. It's gonna take some time for them for sure to get up to speed with the position. They're both
not used to it, but they're both good friends. All three of them, Zach, Clem, and Matt. They're all good friends, so they learn from each other, take each other's advice, and they're all competitors, so they push each other in training. And very soon, I think it's going to show in the game just how good of players they are when they can fully adapt and and get some reps at the position. I think they both have different styles as well, so it's good for the team that we can play either of them there and give the opposition a different look each time.
Gavino DeFalco.
Thanks, Pat. Hi, Kamal. Kamal, do you feel that like you left some points on the table on the last two games? You were the better team possession-wise. You shot 36 shots on goal, but you didn't score. How do you feel about statistics-wise? You were the better team in those two games, and you only had 1 point out of 6.
It's a bit frustrating because we felt like we put together the performances that deserved the 3 points in both games, but that's football. Stuff happens. In the first game we just couldn't score, and in the second game there were obviously some errors, so we understand it's part of the game. Still very early in the season, so we're not going to get too tough on ourselves or be down about things like these. I think we're using all these games at the start of the year as a learning experience for sure. So we don't focus on it too much. Just looking forward to the next game and how we can get better.
Nicolas Landry.
Hey, Kamal. You talked earlier about Vancouver's second goal on the weekend. The Whitecaps are having a lot of success on set pieces right now, and they're getting a lot of praise for it. Just curious if you noticed anything. Is there anything that stood out for you in the way they play that can explain those success or the way they pose threats on opponents?
Not really. I don't want to talk too bad about Vancouver or anything like that, but I feel like we definitely were the better team, and on another day that game is a lot different. I felt that we dealt with all their set pieces pretty well. We knew that was their biggest danger going into the game, but all it takes is one moment, and we switched off for that one moment, and it hurt us. I think that's more because of our switching off and not necessarily their brilliant set pieces. So yeah, I don't think they had much at all, and we kind of let them get out of there, and I think they know that too.
There's one last from Paul Vance.
Thanks for giving me another question, Pat. Hi, Kamal. The opportunity to go up against a player like Gonzalo Higuain, is that something that really motivates you and helps you look forward to the game?
Yeah, most definitely. It's exciting going against a name that I've heard about and I've been watching before playing pro was even a possibility for me. Those are the guys that were on the TV playing at the highest level. So it's nice to be able to share the same field with guys like that. But I prepare for this game playing against him the same way I would against a rookie in the league. Everything is the same for me. The scouting report is the same. We treat everything the same, and we give the respect where it's due. But at the end of the day, our job is to go out and stop him and the rest of the Miami attack. So that's what we're going to try to do.
That's it for now. Thank you, Kamal.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Merci tout le monde d'avoir été là. Prochaine conférence vidéo, c'est après le match demain soir vers les 21h45. The post-game video conference will be around 9:45 tomorrow night. Thank you. À demain.